I am Lou with another episode of My Car Story. And today we're at Carlisle, Pennsylvania at the Ford Nationals. And with that I met Dale. Dale, your last name?
Springer.
Dale Springer and Elizabeth, his granddaughter. Now come on up with me. Now, you're a car girl.
Yeah, I'd like to say so, yeah.
And what got you to be a car girl?
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah, watch him restore this car. Yeah.
Restore this car. What kind of car does Grandpa have?
Got a 1970 Boss 429.
I'm going to take Grandpa.
You do that.
All right. How do you like, well, come on back one more time. Wait. How do you like riding in this thing?
Oh, I can't even explain it. You just got to ride in it. That's all it is.
That's all it is. All right. Dale, tell me, now you've had this car since what year?
Purchased it in 1978 as a used car, of course. Drove it for 4 years. My wife did.
So it was a grocery getter.
It was the grocery getter. We raised our 2 children in that car, and so we parked it in 1982-ish, and I started the restoration project in the neighborhood of 2000, 2001, and that's where we're, the culmination of that.
And this is the first show?
First show.
First video.
First time it's been seen in public since I parked it, and 17 years of restoration work has resulted in this.
And you were sharing with me some of the memorable moments, of course, were when the car came out of paint, because then it started to formulate what it looks like right here.
Yep, there was a lot of work to get it to that point, so that was a major victory. And then, of course, the next thing is putting it back together. And when you first fire up the Boss 429 and it does, does well, that's another major milestone. And then, of course, my final challenge was to display it in Building T here at Carlisle, and I've accomplished that this year.
Here we are, and the black hood scoop, because 70, they were usually body color in 69, but all black the rest in 70.
All the 70s were black to make things a little bit easier for the folks over at CarCraft who did the conversions on these off the Ford Motor Company assembly line.
Let me show the overall side of that car. It's just glorious right there. The grabber blue.
Grabber blue, one of the 5 basic colors that they are. '70 was a little off take from the '69s. They had a different color palette then.
I really enjoy that roof line with the perfect little spoiler.
Best body lines in history. The low profile, the cars are actually an inch lower to the ground in the front. And that lower profile versus a standard Mustang of the same model year is distinctive.
And we actually have a 302 over here, and they had the black tail pan, and we have body color on the Boss 429.
Boss 9s were designed to be a street sleeper, so they didn't really make any bold statements with color and other items like blackouts and so forth.
All right, and we've got some treats in the trunk, so let's take a look at those.
The Space Saver spare was a necessity given the no room for the trunk, no room in the trunk as such. The battery was mounted in the trunk for weight distribution, and simply because there wasn't much room up front for it under the hood.
All the correct
All the
badging
and badges and so forth. A few extra parts that are all period correct, just for show.
For show. Can we? Let's go right to the interior, shall we?
Sure.
I'll jump in here. I'll have you close that trunk for a moment.
Get that.
So here's our door panel. Now this interior, since your wife was getting groceries in this car, is immaculate.
Well, yeah, a lot of it is...
Your wife must be the neatest person I've ever met. Holy cow, that's clean.
It was stripped down to nothing, and we worked diligently to bring it back.
This is the original interior.
No, the seats are actually reupholstered. the steering wheel is restored original, all the original instrument clusters, dashes, gauges, pedals, shifter, console, the important stuff. The dashboard pad itself is a reproduction, which are done very, very nice these days. But yeah, used many of the original components and restored all of them.
Does it have a rim blow horn?
It has a rim blow horn,
I
and it
see
works.
that. Okay, rim blow horn. I'll let you blow that when we go to turn it on. But everything.
Unique to the Boss 9 was 2 buttons down there, that one for the choke and one for the air scoop.
These two right
so
here.
You have a manual choke, and you have another knob that controls a flapper in front of the air scoop to open and close it if you desire more airflow.
Did not know that.
Yep. Everything else was stock. All these cars were equipped with the deluxe interiors, which mean they got the clocks, they got the deluxe gauge packages, they got the deluxe wheels. Unfortunately, they only came with an AM radio option. That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
I'm seeing like the correct badging in the door there.
Yeah, tried to put it back as best we could.
Let's take a look under the hood.
Yeah. This is, again, a matching numbers car, so that is an original motor. The majority of it, other than things like gaskets and so forth, are all original, as is the transmission.
This is, go ahead.
The oil cooler is was a item that was added. These were basically 428 Cobra drag pack cars when they left the Ford Motor Company assembly line, so they got the oil cooler, they got the sway bars, they got the heavy-duty suspension, and a few other things that were unique to the 28 Cobra jets and incorporated into the 29 Bosses. So,
The size of those heads. The size of those heads are massive.
it's really unique to look at them when they're not painted. They're actually painted with the motor, this engine color. The valve covers are aluminum, of course, which gives you that large profile, but the aluminum cylinder heads are fascinating.
Yeah.
For the era,
Right.
This is the 70s.
Well, let's fire this one up, shall we? And
right.
We'll let it idle. And then when I'm back there, if we can do a couple of things, we'll step on the brakes just so we can see. This does not have sequential taillights, correct?
No.
Okay. So we'll just step on the brakes. When I'm back there, we'll listen to it idle, and then we'll give it one good rev.
We'll see if she fires up.
Listen to that idle. If you'll step on the brakes for 1 second. It's running a little rich. Let's give it one rev there. One more rev. I want to see your face when he revs it. That's what I wanted to see. All right. You're going to love your granddaughter's reaction when you rev it. All right, we'll shut that down. Oh, wow. Let's blow that horn. Not working right now. That's all right. All right, we'll shut that down. We'll shut that down. We'll have granddaughter and grandpa get together.
I was bringing it in here, and I kept hitting the rim blow switch, and the horn was blowing like crazy.
That's all right. We'll have you guys get together here. So first of all, what a treat to have such an amazing, really an iconic car. I mean, lots of fun. Now, I'm just curious, how many car shows do you go to, Elizabeth?
This is only my second one here at Carlisle.
But yet you've been in this car watching it your whole life, grow up and watch how this car, what a fun story.
Oh.
And tell me how Grandpa's influenced you on this.
talks about it. Any conversation you can bring back to the car, and he has so much insight about it.
Yeah.
He always makes it fun learning about it.
Makes it fun.
The car has a wonderful story, and sharing it with her and having her know and understand what we've done is very important.
Exactly. Well, Dale, thanks for sharing the car. I'll make sure that if people like what they see, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can see more cars. Thanks for being on My Car Story.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.